Well, according to Strava, I'm making a blazing fast 2 miles an hour. I could do this upstream, but why? In fact, right now I'm fairly certain I'm not moving at all. I'm just kind of caught in the backwaters here, but I'm going to move over to the main channel over on that side, what I'm looking at right there. I'm also clumsily turning the boat so I can show. Down there, the water gets a little rough again. They don't have dams really like in the smaller creeks, but it does have a lot of pools. You have something sort of like a dam, or a mini dam, or a small dam. There's probably a name for it, and it's probably some kind of dam, but short version is it probably slows water instead of holding it all. So you end up with a lot of very smooth, clear pools like this, and then stretches where it's very fast. It could be that it ends up overall pretty fast when I was in the further down reaches. I know when I was when I first came to it from the Geumgang, it was really fast, and it was just steady fast. It wasn't just a period of rough water. But this is, my goodness, I could do this for a year. And in fact, last time, as soon as I turned off the camera, there was a big old fish, perch, must have been about a foot, good 30 centimeters long. I'm not good at telling what kind of fish. It might well have been some kind of carp, but I'm really thinking it was a perch. Truth is, perch is my catch-all. If I don't know what it was, I say perch. I know it wasn't a bass, and it wasn't a walleye, and it sure wasn't no crappie or bluefish, so. In any case, there's something there. I'm assuming that's for flood control, or maybe to help control the streams coming in for irrigation, my guess, more likely. Speaking of flood control, the weather report says there's going to be a flood Wednesday morning. Well, possible. There's going to be a lot of rain Wednesday morning, and there just might be a flood. So, see if I can keep my bloody fingers off the lens. So, I'm going to be out of here at least Tuesday afternoon. I'm still debating whether I want to stop somewhere for tonight. But I have a hatchet, I have a lighter, I have a knife. I'm thinking about finding a spot to camp. I got me a pot and some ramen, some extra water. I'm pretty much ready to go. Wish I brought my fishing gear. I could have caught that perch. Just lived on the river. Caught it, put it on a stringer behind the boat. And when I stop for the night, cook it up. This would be a good thing to take somebody on a date for. I suppose the fact I think that is the reason why I'm not on many dates. Also, for some reason, the boat keeps swinging upstream. I think that's because of the skeg, that little fin at the bottom. It's sort of acting as a drag, but every time I point the boat downstream, it ends up pointing back upstream. It could also be the wind. If the wind is coming downstream, and I'm not sure which way it's coming from, it is. The wind is coming downstream. Then, well, I'm stuck up higher than anything else on the boat. Which is another reason I don't want to be here if it starts raining. Open water is a bad place to be when lightning starts coming down. Let's face it, outdoors is a bad place to be when it's raining anyway. I'd rather be inside playing video games. Well, according to Strava, I've been absolutely tumbling along at a lightning fast 1.7 miles an hour. About 2.1 kilometers an hour for those of y'all who don't use the imperial system. I'm not sure where I am now, except I'm 2.1 miles downstream of the dam. There's cattle ranches there. Can't really see much about them, but I know they're cattle ranches because I could hear the cattle. And I'm not the only one who gets on the river. That's handy to know, because I have not seen anybody out here. When I got in, there were a few folks in inner tubes, and I think they were looking for snails. And it was a particular habit. They just take a camp chair and stick it so your butt's in the water and just sit in the river. Kind of a handy way to pass the time when you think about it. But I'm still I can't get over these mountains. These are great. This is... I ain't going back. I was a bit nervous about using one of these inflatable boats. Seemed to me to feel like a raft, and I've been river rafting. It's fun, you bounce around a lot, but they have all the maneuverability of a rock. These, though, this is handy. It's very light in the water. That skeg on the bottom helps keep it straight, when I'm actually moving at least. I'm also getting used to being on the river again. I used to get on there all the time, paddling around on a canoe, but me and my pa would go out fishing. We had a motor most of the time, so we did our share of paddling. You learn to read the river. You can look at the surface of the water and see what's going on underneath. There's an old saying in America that still waters run deep. Truth is, if water's still, it ain't running at all, but that's enough rambling. I'll probably do more later on. It's a little frustrating. When I got to it before, it was way too fast to go upstream. Well, now, not only moving downstream, but paddling every now and then, I'm making 1.6 miles an hour. Down where I got in from the Geumgang, it sure wasn't no 1.6. But I got on because I just figured I had to share this. This is nice. I can hear something up there. I don't know what kind of bird that is. The tree and the reflection up there is a really nice touch. This is just nice. This is beautiful. I wish I had a GoPro to go through some of the rougher moments, but I'm not going to try to film and paddle one-handed, and I sure ain't going to have this thing out of a plastic bag when the water gets rough. Not that it gets very rough, but still. At this point, I'm pretty much sitting still. That other river, the Geumgang, even parts like this, you can see the current was really moving along. But here, it's really calm in the pools. It's really slow. If you look up there, that little line, it gets a little rougher up there. We'll see how much so when we get to it.